Sports Radio 1450 and sportsradio1450.com. Adam Stark, Mark Graham, Eric Pedigo, and Nick Orelli are standing by to take your phone calls at 529-1450.
Good morning. Welcome to Fantasy Football 101 on Sports Radio 1450. Adam Stark alongside Eric Pedigo, Mark Graham, Nick Orelli, and we are so excited to get the football season rolling.
Yes.
Less than a month away. Less than, 14 days away, right?
Oh, it's so
September
close.
10th is kickoff for the NFL season. We are excited about it, and we hope you are too, and that's why we are here for you every Saturday morning just after 8 o'clock to talk about fantasy football and your team. And that's what it's all about, because it's that time of year. I can't really believe it. I mean, the weather is getting a little chilly, but it's going to get warm again. But it is exciting to have the football season upon us, and we are ready to roll for you guys. So anything you guys want to talk about, 529-1450 is the phone number as far as fantasy football rosters are concerned. A lot of drafts coming up tomorrow. I know Nick has one tomorrow.
So nervous.
I have one next Sunday. I know Eric's got a couple next Sunday. Mark's had a couple already. I've had one with Mark already, too, and it's that time of year, and it just crept up on us like it does every year, but it is fun. And as Eric was walking into the building today, he's like, I've been ready for this for 7 months.
Oh yeah. There's never an off season for me with football. I'm constantly plotting and scheming and planning on
scheming.
Scheming.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute. It's the 10 rules of fantasy football. I'm sorry.
He's always scheming.
Oh yeah.
He's always scheming, and I'm always rule number 3. But yeah, had a good time last night at Montgomery Gentry. That's why I got a deeper voice today. I was screaming a lot, and Kelly Pickler is super hot. And we're going to talk, though, about some injuries. We're going to talk about who you need to draft. We're definitely going to talk about football today. 529-1450 is the phone number. And we kind of led into this Thursday with a special edition of the Press Box, but we are back and rolling here for Fantasy Football 101 each and every Saturday at this time. So hopefully you guys are tuning in, and we're always on the webpage, too, at sportsradio1450.com. Got a new poll question up there for you guys. How many teams do you have? How many fantasy football teams do you have?
I forgot to go vote on that.
Yeah, let's take a quick poll right here. How many teams you got this year?
I'm in 3.
3?
3 leagues.
4.
How many leagues?
Yeah. Are we in? How many teams you got? I've got 1. Just 1.
Yeah.
I got 2. I got 2. But those are the options. You have 1, 2, 3 to 5, or 5 or more. And Mark, apparently you went to Fantasy Football Anonymous this year, and you're down to only
12-step program.
Didn't you have 7 teams last year?
I thought it was 9.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was 9 last year, and
wow,
it was outrageous.
Crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, it was exactly.
He actually had every player in the league on one of his teams.
And you know what, Nick, and that's the problem. When you have so many teams, you end up having to root for everybody, and you can't do it because in one league you don't want him to do well, in the other league you want him to roll.
Yeah, that's why I really only want to have 2, because I don't want to root against myself every Sunday. But we do already have a phone call. 529-1450 is the phone number. Go ahead, caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
I will be in 2 leagues this year.
Nice.
Attaboy.
I got one going tomorrow. I'm going to be drafting tomorrow, so I'm a little nervous for it, too. And I got one the very next week. So.
All right.
What are you most nervous about? What's your big question for tomorrow?
Well, I would say quarterback. I know that probably the top 2 quarterbacks will be Drew Brees and probably Tom Brady, I would say, for sure. What about second-tier quarterbacks? You guys, any sleepers out there?
I wouldn't even call it a second tier. I'd call it a 1B tier, and I'd put Peyton Manning and probably Phillip Rivers and Aaron Rodgers all in there. And those guys are just not too far behind Drew Brees and Tom Brady. So,
I would keep hearing that the quarterback from let's see here. The Chargers are going to do really good this year.
Yeah, that's Phillip Rivers. Yeah, he's terrific.
Phillip Rivers,
and, the funny thing is, and I agree with Eric, I think he's in like 1B, and there's a lot of fans that just don't figure on Rivers being much. I tell you what, if he's someone you can get in like the 4th, 5th, 6th round, oh yeah, man, grab him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, jump all over him. What about Percy Harvin? What do you guys think about him?
Late round, if you have like 16 rounds and you're around 13 or so and no one's taking him, go ahead and give him a look, but don't waste an earlier mid-round pick on him. Not yet, anyway.
Rule number 6: don't draft rookies, tight ends, kickers, or defenses too early. Percy Harvin will be there a little bit later in the draft. And if somebody wants to gamble early on him, then just let him do it. Don't.
Harvin may be the most explosive person drafted this year, but with Favre there, Favre's going to go to the tight end. He's got Berrien. He's got Rice. It's going to be a reach for Harvin to really do much this year, I think.
Yeah, I think Shienko is going to be a really good tight end for Brett Favre to go to this year. So, I kind of look for him to have a pretty good year. I picked him up late last year, Shienko, and he did pretty good for me, actually, toward the end of the year.
Yeah, he's going to be a good pick this year. Just because of the addition of Favre. And
right, I'd definitely say so.
Percy Harvin, too, and that is true about your rules, Eric, is that you don't want to draft rookies too soon because they really don't have an impact their first year. I see Percy Harvin as kind of a Ted Ginn Jr., whereas he looks good on paper and is super explosive and could have a good NFL career, but this year may not be the guy to draft early on. But, definitely wait and snag him if you can late, for sure.
Now, one other quarterback for you to look at, maybe he's been, in the past he's been a top 10 guy. Matt Hasselbeck, I think, has a possibility of having a real good year. He's healthy this year. He's also got T.J. Houshmandzadeh to throw to. I think he'd be a real nice find later on. I'm probably round 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there.
And it's incredible. Going back to 03, it's literally every odd number year, and I talked about this a little bit Thursday, Hasselbeck has a terrific year, whereas every even number year, he sucks. He's bad.
Not so much.
Yeah, it's 09,
it's
right?
Amazing.
So
it's amazing.
So he's a good pick.
Yeah, it'll be a good pick, and he'll be there late. Most people won't even be looking at Hasselbeck for their backup. So, and another guy to look for kind of deep would be McNabb. I think Donovan McNabb is going to have a big year, and another guy that usually slips in the draft because everybody's so focused on Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Drew Brees. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys. You guys helped me out a lot last year. I called in a couple times, so I'll be calling in this year, too.
Good.
Look forward to it.
Good luck to you.
All right. Take care, guys.
Yep, good luck in your draft tomorrow, and keep calling us up at 529-1450. Always on the web at sportsradio1450.com. And, Eric, you brought up McNabb, and that just brings up Michael Vick because we really didn't get a chance to talk about him Thursday. And to me, and I definitely want to hear you guys' opinion, but to me, Michael Vick going to the Eagles is a good fit. Except for, if I'm McNabb, though, I'm a little bit worried. I just signed a new deal. I'm the same type of quarterback. I can run, and I can throw. I'm a big dude where, McNabb can do whatever Vic can do, too, as far as, they talk about being a wide receiver, tight end, or running back, whatever. They're like the same mold of quarterback, and I'm just wondering why in the world Andy Reid and the Eagles want to have Vic there with McNabb already there, too.
I'd say that Vic probably has a little bit more in his legs than McNabb does, but you're right. For the most part, they're almost identical. I think McNabb's probably a better, true quarterback.
Right.
But what I hear is McNabb was actually one of the guys leading the way and pushing for bringing Vic over to Philadelphia because they're good friends.
Yeah,
and
they're always going to say that.
I don't think that McNabb has anything to worry about as far as a starting QB job is concerned. I think they brought Vic in to essentially be kind of a jack of all trades. Line him up out wide and maybe put him in the backfield.
But his first few snaps have been as a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's...
And he will take some snaps as a quarterback, but that doesn't mean McNabb's going to be off of the field.
I know that if I'm a linebacker and I'm looking at a backfield, like, say McNabb's in shotgun, and he's got Michael Vick to his left and Brian Westbrook to his right, I'm freaking out. I'm like, well, what do you do? And you got Jeremy Maclin off the side. that's...
And Deshaun Jackson, you probably need to, get some safety help on him because he's so fast. Philadelphia is loaded on offense this year. I'm really excited to see them play. And I think Vic's just a great addition, even though we're not going to get to see him play until even week 7, if that, right? So...
It's up to Goodell. Well, the way that reads, no one can really understand when he's going to make a decision. Now, I hear McNabb talking about, I may line up as a wide receiver. As well as I do. The defensive back sees McNabb, he's going to plant him. There's no way Philadelphia's going to line McNabb out wide. I think that'd be the stupidest thing they could possibly do.
But like Nick said, defensive coordinators are going to have a headache every single time they play the Eagles.